July the 22nd, 2024, Warwick County School Board of Trustees meeting to order. First, we'd like to have a stand and have a moment of silence, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance.
And during the moment of silence, if everybody could please keep Janice Coley and her family in your prayers. Janice was a cafeteria manager at Linville Elementary for 34 years in our district, and she passed away. And we just want to let the family know that they are all in our thoughts and prayers.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I don't have anything as far as no one signed up for patrons' concerns. Okay, we'll move on then. And we have guest speaker presentation. Dr. Redmond.
Yes, thank you, Ms. Metzger. Tonight we have two of our managers with us who are going to just give us a little update on some of the things going on in their departments. First, I would like to introduce Mr. Greg Webb, Manager of Transportation.
Good evening. First and foremost, I just want to let you know I appreciate you allowing me to come in and speak to you for a few minutes. It won't take too much time, but I did want to update you a little bit on the transportation department and some of the things we've had going on. We are very fortunate in Warwick County. We have a very strong group of bus drivers. The bus drivers are all committed to providing a safe and reliable means of transportation to the students. The Indiana Criminal Justice Institute on their website lists school bus travel as the safest form of travel you can have to get children to and from school. They go on to state that children traveling by school bus are 70 times more likely to arrive at school safely than if driven by car. So I think our drivers do a great job. They're very careful. They care about their students, and I just want to make sure that we compliment them on the job they do. They are also very team-oriented, and sometimes I don't know if they even know how team-oriented they are, but several examples last year, but one easy one is after a storm, we had a tree down on a roadway, blocking the roadway. Bus driver comes up, they don't know that the road is blocked. It's going to keep them from being able to finish their route. They get on the radio, put out the distress call, and before I can say anything or anyone in my office can say anything, immediately another driver says, "Hey, driver, I can get streets X, Y, and Z. I'll pick up those students. I'll take them in." And immediately after that, another driver will get into the conversation. "Hey, I'll pick up A, B, and C." And it's just a perfect flow. They don't miss a beat. They don't think anything about it. You know, many times I've been in areas where people were slow to react or slow to help other people. That is not the case with our drivers. And when I talk about them being a team, I always talk about it as corporation drivers and contracted drivers. We're one big team, and that cohesion and that team spirit is from both corporation drivers and contracted drivers. We stress to them the importance of having the same driver on the bus every day, so the students are used to that personality, so on and so forth. We had 6 drivers last year that did not miss a day, which means they didn't miss one route, which is pretty incredible. And those drivers were Angela Ariago, Becky Elzer, Brian Fathera, Mike Goldhauser, Libby Stewart, and Amelia Wilson. We also had 5 that only missed one day, and those drivers were Pam Camp, Steve Collop, Heather Ebley, Paula Hutton, and Linda Wilson. And out of this list, I know Steve Collop went the last 2 years without missing a day, so great attendance. When you're short-staffed, that's immeasurable. You know, it's what we need. Our drivers, like I said, team effort. They're always willing to step in and help out. Summer school kicked in end of May. The first session ran the end of May into the middle, late June. The second session started July 5th and will run until July 26th. We had 15 routes that needed to be covered in the first session. Covered it no problem. Paula Creek in our office handles that. She does a great job. She gets the routes laid out. She gets the students to the drivers early enough that they can run the routes. But we got that covered. July 5th to July 26th is going on now. Same thing. The drivers stepped up, doing a great job. We've not had any issues with it, so it's going smoothly. You have to be committed to become a bus driver, as all of you know. Once you apply, you have to pass 4 tests at the Bureau of Motor Vehicles. After that, you have to have a CDL exam. In addition to that, you have to have a Title 20 filled out. Once you have done that, then you can go and get your permit, and that's when the training starts. The in-class training and the behind-the-wheel training takes anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks, and I think the average is probably 6 weeks, and 6 to 8 weeks is probably more average. So it's a time commitment. During that time, you have to pass or meet some ELDT requirements. And this is a 3-day course that's put on by the state of Indiana. The challenge with this course is it only comes to our area about 6 times a year. In 2024, it's coming to our area 6 times. And when I say our area, I'm not talking about Warwick, Jasper, this area. I'm talking about Vigo County, Terre Haute, to Mount Vernon, and Posey County, all the way to New Albany. It's a great class. You can't take it online. And I think you get more out of it in person. They do a fantastic job. And they've heard us, the feedback that we've given them, that we need more trainers. I think we have another one coming on board, at least part-time, this next school year. So we're hoping that 6 maybe will go to 9, and that'll make it much better. We're very optimistic about this upcoming school year. I'm about half afraid to say this, I'll knock on wood, but it looks like the corporation side, I can't say this for the contractors, but for the corporation side, it looks like we'll start the school year with a driver for every one of our routes, which is huge, which is really, really good for us. Some of the things that has helped with that is, number one, is the dual role. We have greatly benefited from that. I think the other departments have benefited from it as well, whether it's a program assistant at a school or a cafeteria worker. But we have really, really benefited from that, got some great drivers out of that. Second of all is Jacob Sandage, who does our training. He does a great job training. I think his record's about 99% pass rate when he takes people up to get their CDLs to drive. He got some new signage this year, the ones that go on the bus, but we also got some smaller signage that we placed in high traffic areas. We were very pleasantly surprised with the number of applicants we got off that. Very surprised. So that worked out really well. And the third factor that I think contributes somewhat is I think the economy and the job market have changed, has shifted a little bit, and we've seen the benefits of that as well. I want to say a couple words about my team out the office. Paula Camp, Aaron Creek, Jacob Sandage, Lori Cooper, and Jeff Ruse. They do a fantastic job. As with any business or any job, you have challenges that pop up every day. This team is very committed. They're very knowledgeable. They jump on those issues right away, try to get them resolved as soon as possible with as little effect on the school or the transporting buses as we can. We also have 3 great mechanics. I'd put them up against anyone. James Chapman, Stephen Huck, and Travis Morgan. They are phenomenal. If you ask our drivers about them, if you know any drivers, you ask them about them, they'll rave about them. They are really, really good. Closing, I just want to say thank you. I appreciate the chance to come in and speak this evening, and we appreciate all that you guys do. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Webb. Next, we have Shanae Rao from our Food and Nutrition Department. Would you like help?
Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me tonight. That's not my presentation. Hold on. I just want to give a little bit of an update about our program. You know, I love school nutrition, so I'm really happy to be here to tell you guys all about the wonderful things we're doing this summer and this coming school year. This summer's kind of been unlike one that we've had since the pandemic because we offered a new program called Sun Meals to Go. It has been hugely successful, like overwhelmingly successful. So I just have a short little video to kind of show you just a little snapshot of what this summer looked like for our program and for the community. Hold on. I don't know how to get that thing off at the bottom. Hey Greg, is there any way to make this larger? Oh, that one down there. Okay. Let's try this again. Will that go right? about them, but it said a lot of laughs, a lot of fun, a lot of aches and pains. But we felt, we got to feed a lot of bellies, and that was what was most important for us. I am so sorry. Ah, it's gonna stop. Okay, there we go. Anyways, it's been a successful program. It's been wonderful for our community. We got to employ a lot of our employees, so we're really grateful for it. And because it went so well, we will be back next year doing the same thing. So I just want to tell you a little bit about the program and what we offered this summer. So I don't know if you probably can't read that, but this year we had 3 different summer programs that are funded by the USDA. They rebranded them this year, so Sun Bucks, Sun Meals, and Sun Meals to Go. So I just kind of want to explain what those programs are. We have a lot of food insecurities in our community and across the country, so these programs were developed to kind of help minimize those as much as possible. The Sun Bucks used to be known as the EBT card, so like food stamps, that sort of thing. They rebranded it this year, so it's called Sun Bucks, and basically any student that is of school age that qualified for free or reduced meals received a $120 debit card to use for groceries. So they didn't have to apply for it. As long as they had an application in our system, it uploaded to the state, and then they got that card sent to them in June. If people were not a part of if they hadn't qualified for free and reduced during the school year, they had a separate application they could apply for and get those. So that was very successful and a really big help to families. In addition, we have what's called Sun Meals. So the Sun Meals used to be called the Summer Food Service Program, and it is what we offer in the schools where we're doing classes and classwork. So it's called congregate feeding, so the students have to eat those meals on site. So the sites that we had that this year at were Oakdale and Chandler, and that went incredibly well. It's based on schools that have 50% or more free and reduced. So that's how those schools are selected for it. But on top